Imagine a world where even our bloodstreams are no longer pristine. Scientists have made a startling discovery. Microplastics, tiny plastic fragments, are present in human blood. This is not science fiction, but our reality. These particles have infiltrated our bodies, raising urgent questions about our health. The discovery is a wake-up call, reminding us of the far-reaching impact of plastic pollution. What exactly are microplastics, and where do they come from? Simply put, microplastics are tiny pieces of plastic, often too small to be seen with the naked eye. They originate from a variety of sources, both large and small, reflecting our widespread dependence on plastic products. Large plastic debris, such as plastic bottles, bags, and fishing nets, can break down over time into smaller and smaller fragments, eventually becoming microplastics. This process is accelerated by sunlight, wind, and wave action, turning once visible plastic waste into a hidden menace. Microplastics also enter the environment directly from industrial processes. Tiny plastic beads, known as microbeads, were once commonly used in personal care products like face washes and toothpaste. Though many countries have banned microbeads, they persist in the environment, highlighting the long-lasting legacy of our plastic consumption. Synthetic textiles, such as polyester and nylon, are another major source of microplastics. Every time we wash these fabrics, tiny fibers shed from the material and enter our waterways, eventually making their way into the environment and our food chains. The pervasiveness of microplastics in our world underscores the urgent need for sustainable alternatives. Microplastics have infiltrated our environment, but how do these tiny particles actually enter our bodies? The answer lies in their pervasive presence in our food, water, and even the air we breathe. These microscopic invaders have become a silent infiltrator of our daily lives. Seafood, a vital source of protein for billions, is a significant pathway for microplastic ingestion. As plastic debris accumulates in the ocean, it is ingested by marine life, from tiny plankton to large fish. When humans consume contaminated seafood, microplastics enter our bodies, accumulating in our tissues over time. Even our drinking water is not immune to microplastic contamination. Studies have found microplastics in bottled water, tap water, and even rainwater. These particles enter our water sources through various pathways, including atmospheric deposition, agricultural runoff, and wastewater treatment plants that are ill-equipped to filter out these tiny pollutants. We also inhale microplastics present in the air. Microscopic plastic fibers are released from clothing, carpets, and other textiles, becoming airborne and entering our lungs with every breath. This is particularly concerning in urban areas and indoor environments where ventilation is poor. The air we breathe, once considered a source of life, now carries with it these invisible threats. Microplastics have been found in our blood, raising urgent questions about their impact on our health. Scientists are concerned these particles can carry toxins and pollutants into our bodies. Some studies suggest microplastics may trigger inflammation and disrupt hormones. The long-term effects are still being investigated, but the potential risks are a growing concern. The pervasive nature of microplastic pollution may seem overwhelming, but the question remains, can we rid our bodies and the environment of these ubiquitous particles? The answer, while complex, offers a glimmer of hope. Completely eliminating microplastics from our world may be an insurmountable task, but reducing our exposure and mitigating further contamination is achievable through collective action and individual responsibility. Our bodies have remarkable detoxification systems. Our kidneys, liver, and digestive system work tirelessly to filter and eliminate waste products, including foreign substances. While research is ongoing, it is believed that our bodies can eliminate some microplastics naturally. However, relying solely on our bodies to combat this pervasive pollution is not a sustainable solution. The key lies in reducing our exposure to microplastics in the first place. This requires a multi-pronged approach, addressing the issue at its source and minimizing our contribution to the problem. Supporting policies that promote sustainable alternatives to plastic, such as reusable materials and biodegradable packaging, is crucial. Investing in advanced filtration systems for wastewater treatment plants can prevent microplastics from entering our waterways. Embracing a circular economy model, where plastics are recycled and reused rather than discarded, is essential to stem the tide of plastic pollution. The fight against microplastic pollution is not just a scientific or political issue, It is a shared responsibility that demands collective action. Each individual has a role to play in protecting themselves, their loved ones, and the planet from the insidious threat of microplastics. By making conscious choices and adopting sustainable practices, we can collectively make a difference. Reducing our reliance on single-use plastics is paramount. Opting for reusable water bottles, coffee cups, and shopping bags can significantly decrease plastic waste. Supporting businesses that prioritize sustainable packaging and offer plastic-free alternatives is another impactful step. Every small action contributes to a larger solution. Educating ourselves and others about the dangers of microplastics is crucial in driving change. Engaging in conversations with family, friends, and communities raises awareness and encourages collective action. Supporting organizations and initiatives dedicated to tackling plastic pollution amplifies our impact and drives systemic change. We must remember that our health and the health of our planet are inextricably linked. By protecting the environment, we are ultimately protecting ourselves. The choices we make today will determine the legacy we leave for future generations. The discovery of microplastics in human blood is a wake-up call, a stark reminder that we are inextricably linked to the health of our planet. The consequences of inaction are far too great to ignore. We must act now, collectively and decisively, to curb plastic pollution and protect the future of our planet and our health. The time for complacency is over. We must demand change from our leaders, urging them to implement policies that reduce plastic production, promote sustainable alternatives, and invest in waste management infrastructure. Let us make our voices heard, not just for ourselves, but for future generations who deserve a world free from the scourge of plastic pollution. Remember, every action, no matter how small, makes a difference. By choosing reusable alternatives, reducing our plastic consumption, and advocating for change, we can collectively stem the tide of microplastics and create a healthier, more sustainable future for all. The power to protect our planet and ourselves lies within each of us.